let's take a scenario where somebody's sitting in pretrial confinement. You're emotionally distressed at that point, and really, sometimes you feel like the best thing to do is just to plead guilty. It's the only way out. What are you going to tell them at this point?
Well, I need to tell them to just pause and think through the situation long term. Pretrial confinement is used more in the Marine Corps than any other service, but the Army and the Air Force and the Navy use it as well. When someone is placed in pretrial confinement, there's oftentimes a feeling of hopelessness. You
Yeah,
watch the world go by and you can't do anything about it, and you go from wanting to fight the charges to I want to be out of here as quickly as possible. And it's really reassuring them that this is temporary, and if you allow us to do what we need to do and fight the charge, instead of spending more time when your trial day comes, if you're acquitted of these charges, or maybe you're found guilty of a lesser included offense and you get time served, then you will be out of pretrial confinement sooner. And so they often, as people think they're in pretrial confinement, they just want to get out as quickly as possible. But a plea agreement, in particular under those circumstances, may keep them in a hell of a lot longer. So let's say they have a trial date coming up, and maybe it's October, and now it's June, and they want to negotiate a plea agreement. Maybe it's a 1 year deal. They would have to serve another year. On the other side, if it's a case we can legitimately win, they might be out in October, and their trial comes and they're out, and they don't have a conviction on their record. So it's really kind of slowing someone down, having them be present and getting an outside perspective to say, I know it sucks where you're at right now. Trust me, I've been there. I haven't been confined, but I've been in enough confinement facilities and know that it sucks. They don't want to be there. You're watching the world go by. You've lost all of your freedom, and get that sense of hopelessness, but it's showing them, and not through false hope. False hope is problematic, but just walking through the evidence in the case to say, this is how we can win your trial. This is how it can be won. And using some of the Tony Robbins, you know what I mean? To get them motivated again, to give them hope. And you don't want to give false hope, but if you can give legitimate hope to someone, then, just keep going, do one more day and one more day and one more day. And let me try this case for you and find a way through the other side. And then when the jury stands up and finds you not guilty, you're walking out then. You're not going back, as
yeah,
opposed to having to do years more than that. That's the way I
totally.
need to look at that and just give people hope, but again, not false hope.